So there has been a lot of discussion lately about what kind of camera, what kind of editing, what kind of platform, what kind of lots of confusion, and I wanted to say a few things to give you some ideas of what to look for if you're brand new to moto video photography. And there's probably 30 options out there, and I want to give you some ideas and try to slow some people down. I want you to get into it, but I want you to get into it and be successful rather than just get into it and shoot some video and not know what to do with it. So what I want to start out with is one of my first action cameras. I think this is circa 2008 maybe. Before then I was using the big clunky video cameras, well, the more compact video cameras at the time, just a little bit bigger than that. I think I started out something like this big. But this is a cheap little $30, $40, $50 rig, I think. Somebody bought this for me at Walmart. I think I got a couple of them at the time. Very easy to use, 640 resolution, very low resolution for the time, probably about average. But this thing just clipped into the clip. Of course, it went around, bolted onto your handlebar. Very easy to use, very easy to edit, upload. You just unscrew this thing. Put your card in there, pull it out, put it in the computer. No big deal. It's very easy. One button. Little bit of confusion getting the right editing mode, but that's just a little bit of history for you. Moved up. I think this is probably my third Kodak. These are fantastic for handheld. Especially for the newbie, because it's got a screen and you can see exactly what you're shooting, and there's nothing better than that. It's kind of brain dead operational modes, one click record, change the modes. It's having a screen with some kind of a reasonable output is pretty huge, even though this thing doesn't come with a lot of mounting options. You can pull this thing out, push the button, and you can record something. You can mount it to your handlebars with this mount right here. I don't really recommend that. It's not the best action camera, but and I think they've even been discontinued. But don't discount cameras like this. They're so cheap. It's waterproof. It's it's dustproof. There's all kinds of reasons to not discount a camera like this. The best thing that I think going for this camera or cameras like this is it's kind of dummy proof. If you'll just stick with it, you can get this thing uploaded and edited, and something like this will work for you great. Ultra cheap. I've had, I think, 3 or 4 of these $15 cameras. Believe it or not, this is a freaking camera. Very low resolution, very similar to the same resolution as this older version. But they're just so damn cheap, it's just kind of hard not to pass up things like this. But it's going to be a little bit harder for you because there's no screen to look at. There's nothing for you to be able to see if you've got the right picture. And the new lenses they put on these things are just kind of crap anyway. So it's kind of, you get what you get, and probably the best thing you'll get off of these is audio. This is what I'm using now. I highly recommend the Sony series. They've got 3 models of these: the 10, the 15, and the 30. The 10 has no Wi-Fi. The 15 and the 30 have Wi-Fi. They'll transmit to your cell phone, and you can actually watch what you're recording remotely. Pretty good apps. You can actually start and stop recording from your cell phone. The best thing I love about it, it's got the mounting bracket on the bottom, or the mounting bolt on the bottom. Adapt to any standard device like this. Doesn't have a whole lot of mounting options for it, but I've adapted it with Velcro mount. I've glued to the side. I actually had to scuff this case up a little bit because my last mount didn't hold on there very well. But I actually, let me get my helmet for you. You can actually see how damn easy this thing is once I pull it off of this. This is what I love. I absolutely love. You can't do this with any other mount. Show me one and I'll change my mind. But I can take this out of my tank bag, hit the record button, make sure it's running. Takes a second. I can hold this thing up. Okay, it's recording now, and I can look at it up here in front of my helmet, and then snap it onto my helmet, and I'm recording. If I want to record the guy behind me, I flip it upside down, and I'm recording the guy behind me, and I love that. I love being able to reach up here and go, I'm done recording. Push one button, stick it back in my tank bag or in my pocket or whatever I want to do. I love that. And you know, it's a custom mount. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass, but I absolutely love that. I don't know, I think I've shown that to a few people, but I really love the Sony. It's got fantastic image stabilization. Unbelievable. I've never seen a camera like it. I think probably the biggest hang-ups I have about it, the one button on and off, it's always recording. As soon as you hit that button, it starts recording. I'm not sure I love that, but 1080p, 30 frames a second, 720p, I can get 120 frames a second, which is really good slow-mo for most folks. And you know, you can see what mode you're shooting in pretty much. Unlike most of your cameras, your GoPros, I don't know, I think they've gotten a little bit better about it. But anyway, I think the key is get something that's easy. If you're new to moto video, any kind of video recording, get something that's easy to operate. You want the easiest entry-level thing that you can get, and don't spend the most money right out of the box. You don't want that $35,000 Ultra loaded, making payments on it to figure out you don't really like motorcycles. Get you the $1,200, you know, dirt bike, and figure out if you like riding motorcycles. If you don't like riding motorcycles, you know, you can easily sell that thing. Same for video. You get one of these things for 50 bucks. You don't like it, you don't like video, somebody's gonna give you 50 bucks probably for it. Probably me. So, you know, something like that. You get you a $400 GoPro, I'm not going to pay you $400 for your GoPro. Sorry. Little gadgets like this are really amazing. You do things like nobody else does. There's like 5 or 6 people on the face of the earth that do drive-bys. You could do a drive-by with this. Set your camera up in the middle of the road, drive by it a couple times. You'll have some amazing footage nobody ever thinks about. Little gadgets like this, $10, $12, $15, $20. Anyway, that's my fast do-it-yourself easy guide to moto video recording 2014.